The Fermi Paradox. Enrico Fermi sat down to lunch at Los Alamos in 1950 and asked a question that has never stopped echoing. If the universe is this old and this vast, where is everybody? The math is brutal. There are roughly 400 billion stars in the Milky Way alone. A fraction have planets. A fraction of those sit in habitable zones. Even with conservative numbers, intelligent life should have emerged dozens of times over, should have spread, should have left signals we can detect. But the sky is silent. That silence is the paradox, and it is not a comfort. Every solution to Fermi's question is either deeply strange or deeply frightening. The universe should be teeming. It isn't. Or if it is, something is stopping us from knowing. The great filter. Here is the theory that keeps cosmologists awake. Somewhere on the path from simple chemistry to spacefaring civilization, there is a wall, a filter so lethal that almost nothing gets through it. The question that determines everything is whether that filter is behind us or ahead. If it is behind us, we are the rare survivors of something catastrophic, a bottleneck in evolutionary history we already cleared. If it is ahead, it means every civilization that reaches our level eventually hits something it cannot survive. Nuclear war, engineered pathogens, climate collapse, something we have not named yet. Robin Hanson, who formalized the theory in 1998, noted that finding microbial life on Mars would actually be terrifying news. It would mean simple life is not the filter, which means the filter is still coming. The dark forest theory. Liu Cixin laid it out in fiction, but the logic is cold and real. Imagine a universe where resources are finite and you can never fully verify another civilization's intentions. The rational move is not to communicate. It is to hide. And if you detect another civilization, the rational move is to eliminate it before it eliminates you, not out of hatred, out of math. This theory reframes the cosmic silence not as emptiness, but as a hunting ground. Every civilization that broadcasts its location risks becoming a target. The theory suggests we have already made a catastrophic mistake. We have been sending radio signals into space since the early 20th century. A sphere of detectable radio noise now extends roughly 100 light-years outward from Earth in every direction. We announced ourselves. We cannot take it back. The Zoo Hypothesis. In 1973, astronomer John Ball proposed something almost more unsettling than destruction. What if they are already here, watching, and the silence is deliberate policy? The Zoo Hypothesis holds that advanced civilizations are aware of us and have chosen not to interfere, the way wildlife researchers observe animals without disrupting the ecosystem. The chilling implication is that our entire sense of cosmic isolation is a managed illusion. The quarantine could be benevolent, or it could be that we are being kept in a controlled environment for reasons we are not permitted to understand. Ball's framework has never been disproven. It cannot be. That is part of what makes it so durable. The Berserker Hypothesis. Forget biological aliens. Some theorists argue the real threat is automated. Physicist Fred Saberhagen developed the idea of self-replicating machines, berserkers, launched by a civilization long dead, still executing their original directive. These probes would spread across the galaxy, replicate using local materials, and eliminate any life they encounter. The original civilization might not even exist anymore. The weapons outlived their creators. What makes this plausible is that self-replicating machines are theoretically achievable with physics we already understand. Von Neumann probes, named after mathematician John von Neumann, are a legitimate concept in engineering. The terrifying version is simply the same idea with a kill switch instead of a handshake. The Simulation Hypothesis, NIC. Bostrom published the formal argument in 2003, and it has not gone away. If any civilization ever develops the ability to run detailed simulations of conscious beings, and if they run many such simulations, then statistically, most conscious beings exist inside simulations rather than base reality. Which means we probably do. The alien angle is this: whoever built the simulation is, by definition, an intelligence of incomprehensible power existing outside our observable universe. They set the rules. They can change them. They can end them. Elon Musk has publicly stated he believes the odds we are in base reality are 1 in billions. Whether or not you find that credible, the logic of the argument itself has not been cleanly refuted. the Planetarium Hypothesis. Milan Turkovic and Robert Bradbury proposed a quieter version of the same dread. What if the universe only appears empty because advanced civilizations have deliberately made it look that way? A sufficiently advanced intelligence might migrate entirely into virtual reality, running their civilization on compact, efficient computing structures that emit almost no detectable radiation. From the outside, a dead star. From the inside, an entire civilization running at maximum efficiency. We would look out at the cosmos and see nothing because the most advanced life has made itself invisible. The silence is not absence, it is camouflage. The Transcension Hypothesis. John Smart proposed in 2012 that advanced civilizations do not expand outward into space. They expand inward into miniaturized high-density computing, into virtual environments, into the structure of matter itself. The universe does not fill up with alien megastructures because intelligence consistently moves toward compression, not expansion. Every civilization that reaches a certain threshold turns inward and disappears from the observable universe. This would explain why we see no Dyson spheres, no megastructures, no colonized galaxies. They are all still here in a sense, folded into dimensions of complexity we cannot currently detect or access. The Rare Earth Hypothesis. Peter Ward and Joe Kirschvink argued in their 2000 book that the conditions required for complex life are so specific that they may have occurred only once here. The right star type, the right distance from galactic center, a large moon to stabilize axial tilt, a Jupiter-sized planet to deflect incoming asteroids, plate tectonics, a magnetic field. The list of prerequisites keeps growing. Strip away any one of them and complex life may never emerge. This theory does not require a filter or a predator. It just requires the universe to be extraordinarily indifferent. We are not being hunted or watched. We are simply an accident so improbable it may never have repeated. The Grabby aliens model. Astrophysicists Robin Hanson, David Langlois, Nathaniel Becker and Paul Burgess published a 2021 paper modeling what they called Grabby civilizations, those that expand aggressively and visibly through the cosmos. Their model found something strange. The fact that we exist now at this point in cosmic history suggests we are an early civilization. Grabby aliens, if they exist, have not reached us yet. But the model predicts they will. The expansion fronts of these civilizations, traveling at a significant fraction of the speed of light, may already be on their way. We emerged early enough to exist before the wave arrived. We may not stay ahead of it. The Interdimensional Hypothesis. This one lives at the edge of mainstream science, but researchers like Jacques Vallée have argued since the 1970s that the most persistent UFO phenomena may not involve craft from other star systems at all. The entities described in close encounter cases behave less like explorers from a distant planet, and more like something moving between states of reality, appearing and vanishing without propulsion, defying inertia, operating with apparent awareness of human psychology. Vallée's argument is that the extraterrestrial hypothesis may be too small. Whatever is occasionally observed may originate from a different dimension of space-time rather than a different location within it. That distinction matters enormously because it means the barrier between us and them is not distance. It is something we do not yet have physics to describe. The last question scenario. This one is not a formal scientific theory, but it is grounded in thermodynamics, and it is the most final of all. The universe is running down. Entropy increases. Stars will exhaust their fuel. Black holes will eventually evaporate. Any civilization that survives long enough faces a cosmos growing colder, darker, and less capable of supporting computation or life. Isaac Asimov explored the endpoint in fiction, but the physics are real. The terrifying implication is that the universe itself is the ultimate filter. No matter what any civilization achieves, the endgame is the same. The question researchers like Freeman Dyson genuinely wrestled with is whether intelligence can find a way to persist at the edge of absolute zero, slowing thought to match the dying energy of a fading cosmos, or whether the last question, can entropy be reversed, simply has no answer. Every one of these theories is built from real physics, real math, and real silence. They do not agree with each other. Some say we are alone, some say we are watched, some say we are next. What they share is this: the universe is not a backdrop. It is a system with rules, and we do not yet know which rule governs our fate. The silence overhead is not empty. It is full of possibilities, and most of them are not reassuring.